You know that feeling like you're just spinning your wheels, working harder and harder but not really getting anywhere? Well, in this explainer, we're going to unpack a super powerful system designed to fix exactly that. It's all about helping you get maximum results with minimum wasted time. So let's dive right in.
So, does this look familiar? I bet it does. You're putting in the hours, you're buried in books, but your grades, your results, they just don't match the effort, right? It's so frustrating. But here's the good news. This is absolutely a solvable problem.
See, here's the thing. The problem isn't that you're not working hard enough, it's that you're missing a smart system. Just plain old effort without the right strategy, that's a one-way ticket to burnout. But when you take that same effort and pair it with a solid system, well, that's when you stop just working hard and start working smart. And that's where you unlock some truly incredible results.
Okay, so what is this smart system? It all boils down to one really elegant idea. We're going to call it the golden formula for getting things done. And here it is. This right here is the engine of your productivity. It's all about getting three things perfectly aligned. You've got to be working on the right task at the right time with deep focus. That's it. You master that alignment and you master your output. So let's break down each piece of this formula. All right, first up, choosing the right task. This is so important because, let's be real, not all work is created equal, right? Learning how to spot the stuff that actually matters, the tasks that really move the needle, that's your biggest advantage. So a really powerful way to think about this is something called the 80-20 rule. You might have heard of it as the Pareto principle. It sounds kind of weird, but it's this idea that about 20% of what you do is responsible for, get this, 80% of your results. Isn't that wild? Your number one job is to figure out what that vital 20% is. Okay, so how do you actually use this? It's pretty straightforward. Step one, you have to identify that critical 20% of your work. What are the tasks that give you the biggest bang for your buck? Step two, you have to be absolutely ruthless about getting rid of the other stuff, the non-essentials. And finally, step three, you pour all your best energy into that high-return work. Let's make this super practical. If you've got a big exam coming up, instead of trying to study every single page of the textbook with the same energy, you find out which chapters carry the most marks. You know, the ones the professor always emphasizes. Then you focus most of your energy there. That is a perfect 80-20 move. Here's another great tool for this, the MIT rule. MIT stands for Most Important Task. Now, this is the opposite of those crazy mile-long to-do lists we all make. This is about being a surgeon, precisely identifying just one, two, maybe three things that are absolutely critical for that day.
And using it is beautifully simple. When you start your day, you just pick your top 1 to 3 tasks. And then, this is the key, you make it your mission to get those done first. Before you check email, before you do the easy stuff. Do this, and you guarantee you're making real progress every single day.
Okay, so you figured out what to work on. Now for the second part of our golden formula, deep focus. I mean, let's face it, we live in a world that is basically designed to distract us 24/7. So how do you actually build the concentration you need to do great work? Let's check out a few awesome techniques. The foundation for real focus starts with time blocking. So instead of just having a list of things you hope to get to, you actually schedule your day on a calendar. You create specific blocks of time, and you assign one and only one task to each block. It's like you're giving every single minute of your day a specific job to do. You're the boss of your time, not the other way around.
And here's what that can look like. See? You're not just oping to study, you've actually scheduled it. From 6 to 7 a.m., it's study time, then a break, then revision. The key here is there's no confusion, no wondering what should I do next, and that clarity is what kills distraction.
Okay, but how do you actually stay focused inside those time blocks? That's where this next technique is a total game changer, the Pomodoro technique. It's a really simple method that uses a timer to break your work into these intense little sprints, which is amazing for keeping your mind sharp and stopping you from burning out.
The rhythm is super simple but incredibly powerful. You set a timer for 25 minutes and you just focus on your one task. No distractions. When the timer rings, you stop and you take a 5-minute break. Do something totally different. After you do 4 of these 25-minute cycles, you get to take a longer break, like 15 or 30 minutes. Easy, right?
And why does this work so well? Well, think about it. Those regular, short breaks mean your focus stays super high when you are working, and it keeps your brain from getting totally fried. It turns your work session into a series of powerful sprints instead of one long, draining marathon.
But listen, none of this, not time blocking, not Pomodoro, none of it will work if your environment is constantly fighting you. That's why controlling your distractions isn't just a nice to have, it's absolutely essential. You have to build and protect your own little bubble of focus.
And the rules here are pretty simple, but they are non-negotiable. Your phone, it needs to be on silent, and honestly, it should be out of sight. Turn off all those social media notifications during your study time, and finally, try to have one dedicated place where you study. It trains your brain that when you sit down there, it's go time.
Okay, so you've picked the right tasks, you've built a fortress to protect your focus, but if the engine itself has no fuel, you're still going nowhere, right? That brings us to the final and maybe most important part, fueling your brain. Because great output always requires great input. First, let's talk about how you're actually learning. Just reading or listening, that's passive learning. And honestly, it's super inefficient for actually remembering things. To make knowledge really stick, you have to switch to active learning. This means you're getting your hands dirty, writing things down, saying them out loud, solving problems. You've got to wrestle with the material.
And the last piece of this whole puzzle is energy management. You have to remember, your brain isn't some magical cloud. It's a physical organ, and it burns a ton of energy. It is physically impossible to have high mental output if you don't have high physical energy. It's not a nice to have, it's the foundation of everything.
And look, the formula for energy is not complicated. It really just comes down to 3 basic things. Getting good sleep, we're talking 6 to 7 hours, staying hydrated, just drink water, and getting some light exercise. These 3 things are the pillars that hold everything else up.
So let's do a quick recap of your new Smart Work Toolkit. To choose the right tasks, you've got the 80-20 rule and the MIT rule. To lock in your focus, you've got time blocking, Pomodoro, and distraction control. And to fuel your brain, you've got active learning and energy management. That's a powerful set of tools.
Now hang on. The goal here isn't to do all of this perfectly starting tomorrow. It's about progress, not perfection. So my question for you is this. Looking at this whole toolkit, what's the one thing you're going to try this week? Just pick one, give it a real shot, and start building your own system for success. Let us know which one you're choosing and what exam you're getting ready for, boards or competition.